Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the crossover, and today we are joined by another very, very special guest. He was once a boy growing up in Westchester, Pennsylvania, eating water ice. He would start his professional soccer career with the New York Red Bulls, but little did he know he would one day be surrounded by water and ice, playing soccer in Helsinki, Finland, having a key role in keeping IF Nistan, probably saying that wrong, in the first division of Finland, and now he is back with the New York Red Bulls to stamp himself in this lineup, and he is a first of many here on the channel. The first to ever go through the MLS Super Draft, the first ever goalkeeper, and the first ever Philadelphia Eagles fan, but everybody has their own flaws, so we're not going to go too hard on him. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Marcucci. AJ, how are we?
What's up, guys? How are you doing? It's good, man. It's good. And you said that perfect. Ganista.
Nistan? All right, come on. I practice a little bit, man. I practice.
Good. I was calling it nice stand.
Hey, whatever works.
So they corrected me real quick. But yeah, I'm happy to be on. I'm excited for this. It's good, man. I'm back home, I guess, is
yeah, right.
And go Birds.
All right. Let's get that one out of the way. All right, congratulations on the Super Bowl, I suppose, man.
Thank you for Saquon. Appreciate it.
All right. We're pushing it here, AJ. We're pushing it, man. I still got the Saquon jersey in the closet. I'm like, dude, I can't wear this at the same time, you know?
Yeah, you can't no more now.
I saw a bunch of like the duct tapes on the back and writing Singletary because he was still wearing 26.
Yeah.
How'd you watch it? Did you watch it with the team or did you watch it by yourself?
Yeah, we watched it in Peter Stroud's room.
Nice.
But it was like 8-9 of us. But by the third quarter,
dude, it was
nobody
over.
cared.
It was
yeah,
over.
So I stayed in Peter's room by myself watching it while everyone else went to go get food.
That's
and
hilarious.
so I'm a big guy on, not with like my sports, but like when I watch, I'm a big superstitious in the aspect of like if they're doing well, I learned it from my dad. If they're doing well and I'm staying in the same seat,
yeah?
I have to stay in that seat. Yeah, that's how I feel until the end of the game.
How'd you feel about Kendrick at halftime? I know that was a hot topic.
I mean, I don't know the whole beef situation with all that, but I think for me, like rappers are good in the Super Bowl, but like they're okay. Like I like singers, like because you can sing along to a song. There's more of like a performance to it, like a storyline types, like where it's not just him rapping and someone rapping and stuff. Like even
100%.
though Dre and Snoop Dogg was probably one of the best that has ever happened.
That was cool. But I feel like because they were in LA too, you know.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
the whole
But also,
vibe.
I liked Usher's too.
Yeah,
that was good because it's a different. He's not a rapper. He's just like I don't even know how to describe it.
Kind of
Just
like
a
pop kind of.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but yeah, it was all right. I didn't really care for the halftime. I cared more about the game.
Any part of you try to tell Sandro, I might be sick on Friday, fly back for the parade tomorrow?
Nah, he was one of the first people to congratulate.
Really?
To say congratulations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't realize the parade was tomorrow. I guess my dad was saying because of the snow and everything happening in Philly, Jersey, New York area that they pushed it that far. Because usually, like I remember when the Phillies had their parade in '08, it was like 2 days after, maybe 3 days after.
Yeah,
so
I think it was,
a quick
but
turnaround.
It's not snowing, thankfully, today, but it's
and even the last
gloomy.
Super Bowl too was a quick turnaround. I remember that it was like Monday or Tuesday, and the game was on Sunday. So, but yeah, it's good. It's real good.
Happy for you, I suppose, man. I'm happy for
Appreciate
Saquon. That was the thing. As soon as he left, I was like, I wish he went somewhere else because I want him to win a Super Bowl. But then at the same time, it's like the Eagles have to win it for him to win it. It was like, what did you think of the video? Okay, I posted a video on my story. You guys probably saw it. After a couple of dope beverages on Sunday night, were you laughing when you saw the video of me calling you?
Yeah, I was laughing. Well, I reposted that because I thought my buddy was the one that made the post. He's part of ESPN's like football, college football. He does a lot of media stuff, so he posts a lot of the ESPN stuff. So I reposted it because I thought it was him. He's a Commanders fan too, which is 10 times funnier for me.
You were just knocking them all out.
It was his friend that posted it, and then that was after I posted it. But I thought it was a cool picture of Saquon getting resurrected as an Eagle.
Okay. Well, let's move on. I got
Hey,
some.
you're the one that brought it up.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm gonna start off high here with some Philly questions. All right.
Okay.
What do you call H2O?
I call it water.
Water? You're not a water guy?
Not water. No,
Okay,
I'm not,
okay,
I'm
good.
not. I'm not big. I'm not a Delco. My school was in Delco.
Uh-huh.
My high school, but I'm not a Delco guy. I'm
Okay.
Chesco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the colorful things that you put on cupcakes or ice cream?
Oh, sprinkles. I
Okay,
call them
okay, see?
sprinkles.
You're not too bad. I thought you were gonna say
No.
Jimmy's. You know?
No. Jimmy's are Delco. It's a lot of like deep Philly. I'm not like deep Philly.
Yeah, 'cause I went
I'm
to I went
Westchester. I'm about 45 minutes outside.
Oh, okay. Because I went to
Yeah.
college out there. So like when I heard a lot of these, like where do you withdraw cash from?
ATM.
Okay, good. Because when I first heard
Yeah.
Mac Machine, I was like, no
Oh,
shot.
Mac machine. Yes, my dad uses Mac.
Does
machine.
he?
My dad was born and raised in Philly. Yeah, he
Okay.
uses Mac machine.
I was like, he was like, do you know where the Mac Machine is around here? I was like, what the hell is a Mac Machine, bro?
Yeah, it's nice. It's different ways. We have just different ways we use stuff.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know?
It's true. So what does AJ stand for? Apple juice?
That's what teachers used to call me back in middle school and high school. No, it stands for Anthony Joseph.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be
Yeah.
like Alex Jones, you know?
Yeah, no, not Alex Jones. People think I am a junior, so people think it's like Anthony Jr., but it's Anthony Joseph is what
Makes
it's.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right, so we'll get a little bit more serious now. You know, we can see the bright lights out there being out in Cali. How's preseason been, man?
It's been good. The team's looking actually very, very good. It seems like we're starting to click, and having Sandro having one more year with everyone, and like he's implementing his own way, his own style, and as a team, it's honestly very good, and we're actually doing really well in it. Like, there's some stuff that I think people are going to be excited about the way we play. Like, we're not just all kick and run anymore.
Right.
The first couple of years I was here, we're actually trying to play, especially now with a three-headed horse up top with Emil, Chupo, and Lewis. We try to find them a lot. But yeah, I mean, everyone's working hard, double days here, doing a lot of running for these guys. But I think in the long run, it's going to be good, and I'm excited to get the season started in about 10 days.
Right. So I was gonna ask, like, kind of like, what's that daily schedule like? You're saying like 2 days. So are you practicing in the morning and then practicing at night again?
We've been Florida was a lot. We did a ton of doubles, like almost every day, except for the days we had games. But yeah, it's like we go to training, we wake up, eat breakfast, then we have film, and then we go to training. We drive about 30 minutes to training, which sucks.
Wow.
Having such a long drive, but we get on the bus, drive to training, train for like an hour 15, come home, eat lunch, and then like 4 o'clock here we'll do a second session, whether it's at the hotel or we'll like stretch and do core. We did one day, went to the fields 2 days, and then sometimes we're in the gym back at Coachella. And then we'll come back home after and then eat at 7 o'clock, 7:30. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on. And then in between that is like we have the trainers where we go get treatment and stuff like that, morning, middle of the day, at night, all this stuff. So it's long days, very long days, but it's good to be not in cold weather, New Jersey, and be in the between 60 and 70 out here. So it's really nice. It was raining. One of the 10 days out of the year
that it rains.
That it rains is the day today where we have like an easy regen day today.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's good.
What I find crazy too is like the season or the off season, I guess, got cut down so short too with that cup run that I can't even imagine what that is looking like, because you guys got like a month off or something like that. But
yeah, but if we made Champions League, it would have been even shorter, you know.
Yeah, right.
So,
That's true.
But yeah,
one of the things about like Coachella that I've always found like interesting is there's like I was looking at it, there's like 10, 12 teams out there. are you guys like how much interaction between teams is there? Is it like an NBA bubble type of feel or
No, no, because there's so many out here. There's so many different resorts.
okay.
Like what we're staying in, like a nice Omni, as it's called.
Uh-huh.
We've had four different areas in 4 different years.
Okay.
Um, the past couple of years we were with, I think St. Louis was in our hotel the past 2 years. This year we have no one
Okay.
in with us, but like there might be some times where you're in the same hotel as another team, but usually not.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was because like you look at I was considering going out there, but it's like a week and it's expensive stuff like that. But I think it's cool
Hmm.
that you guys are kind of all like focused on doing your part, but then there's also like another team right there. Like yesterday's game I was watching, like the Timbers were just warming up right there because I think that they were coming on the field
Hmm.
next. I think it's just a super cool setup. So you guys have your last game on Saturday. Are you guys out Saturday? Because I think the game is early. Are you guys
Yeah.
leaving then?
Yeah, we leave right after the game almost.
Hmm.
Like we'll play, we'll come back to the hotel, shower, eat, and then go right to the airport.
Got it. And then the
Yeah.
19th is going to be media day at the stadium. Are you going to be there?
I don't think I am. I mean, they were talking about it. I guess people got emails, but I don't think I'm gonna be there. But all the big stars and big names are gonna be there. So,
You're a big star and a
um,
big name, AJ. Come on, don't do
no,
that to
no,
yourself.
no, no. But the a lot of guys are gonna be there, is what I've been told. So
Yeah, I'll
should
be
be good
there.
for
This
everyone.
this is going to be the first season that I've got media passes for the whole year, so I'll be
Perfect.
there.
That's awesome.
Hopefully you come by, stop by, say what's up, AJ. That'll probably be this episode will come out Monday. Probably I think that's Wednesday, so like Thursday, Friday, you guys can expect a vlog from there. Hopefully AJ will stop by. And then you guys are off to Cincy to start the season on the 22nd. How you feeling? You feeling ready? Excited?
Yeah, I think we're ready. I think as a team we're ready. I think a lot of it is how much preparation we've put in, and also being a short off season. Like guys have basically it hasn't like we're hungry for
Right.
after LA. Like we're hungry to get back. That's the feel from a lot of the guys at the start is like we're ready to go back to
Hmm.
where we were and win it this time. Like there's no messing around. Like we have our principles, we have the way we play, and we can beat any team on any given day.
Right.
Is how we think now.
I feel like I've talked about it before, but you could see a kind of a sense of togetherness. Like the team came together perfectly at the right time in the postseason last season. Obviously, you weren't there for that, but you were with the team in the last preseason and now. Do you see like a shift of focus or a shift of kind of like, you know what? We're Eastern Conference champions defending, right? Do you see a little bit more, I guess, like hunger or togetherness or more of a sense of not entitlement, but like want or desire this season as opposed to last season?
Uh, I don't know. Not I wouldn't say that much. I would say the one thing is like it's good we have almost everybody besides I guess Chupo is like all of our starters are almost here.
Right.
So we all have that chemistry built together. Like I think we know what we did last year was pretty special. And I think a lot of the guys are, I guess you could, as I said, hungry to go and get back to it. Like
Mm.
it's not like we're out there saying it. Like the feel is like to me, my feeling when I'm playing is like we know now that we're good enough to get there, and
Right.
we just need to stay with the course.
Hmm.
Like we're ready to take on like anyone. Like I feel like last year we were because of where we were at with losing Lewis the previous year, not last year, but the previous year before,
Hmm.
we didn't know where we were going to be, especially Emil being new. Like how is he going to fit in? How are we all going to fit in? I think this year it's more of like a not, I would say togetherness uh, is big, but like just us knowing each other and the chemistry within the team is huge. Like everyone knows where everyone's gonna be on the field at all times. It seems like that's how I'm feeling and seeing from the team.
Love that. Love that. So let's talk about AJ now, right? Let's talk about growing up in Westchester. What was it like growing up? What were some of your interests growing up? Were you playing other sports? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, for me, I played almost every single sport, tried at least. The only sport I really didn't try was football.
Right.
Growing up, I loved basketball. I loved baseball. Soccer was like, to me, wasn't. I liked playing and I was pretty good. I used to play as a defender, but I was like, I like basketball and baseball more. But um, I decided on soccer. A lot of the reason was because we were winning. Like in soccer, my team was very good growing up. Like we were top. This was before, like, a couple years before academy came around. We were top 10 in the nation and stuff like that. So we were winning, and I honestly wouldn't have played soccer if my baseball team was winning because I really did love baseball.
Hmm.
But so then I stuck to it. Then academy came around, and truthfully, I wasn't good enough for academy. I was small and everything, but I was playing goalie, but I also was like, maybe I want to play high school soccer.
Hmm.
So then growing up, I was just like, I'll play every single sport, see what I like, and then was soccer team was so good, so I said, screw it, let's go play soccer because it might get me a college degree and
There
all
we
this
go.
stuff. So
What
yeah.
position were you playing in baseball?
I mean, it's a typical answer when you're young. Growing up, everyone's playing shortstop.
Right.
I was shortstop, but then when I got older, I played left field. I did personally love the outfield. The only thing I just never had a strong arm, so that really hurt. That's why I was in left, but I was very good defensively, so that's why I was always playing, and I was an okay hitter. I was so small
So
growing
let's talk
up.
about that though, because like there's this big thing going around. Like, if the average person gets 10 at bats against a major leaguer, how many hits do you think you're getting?
Zero.
Zero.
If you're an average person, zero.
What about AJ Marcucci though, left fielder?
Zero.
Come on. You
Zero.
don't think you could get one? You don't think I could lay down a bunt, sprint to
You could
first?
give me 100 million tries, and I think I would foul tip and get a ball. People who think they can get a hit against an MLB pitcher might be delusional.
All right.
That
Hey.
is the hardest thing. I haven't boxed, but I've been told boxing's very hard.
Hmm.
The hardest thing to do in sports is hit a 95 plus
I
mile an
agree with
hour
that.
fastball.
I agree with that 100%. And trying to hit it square with the little ass, bro, you blink and it's by you.
And you have to hit it past four infielders
Right.
or in the air.
Uh huh.
Like, that's five infielders, including the pitcher. You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
So you were watching a lot of baseball and basketball. I'm assuming you were watching the Yankees and the Knicks, right?
Yeah, those are the teams I was watching. I was watching the
We
Yankees
got them.
lose every year.
So a big
Uh,
Phillies and Sixers guy.
I will say is I loved A-Rod. That
Yeah?
was my one. I used to wear 13 because of him. I loved A-Rod. I really did. But
Era.
I love Phillies. Philly sports is me, but I'm not a huge Sixers guy. My dad played basketball in high school and college, so he's a huge basketball guy, but he doesn't like the NBA, so we rarely watch the NBA. And also the Sixers when I was growing up were so bad, so like I really
Trust the
don't
process, AJ. Trust the
yeah,
process, man.
I really don't watch the Sixers too much, especially now too with them being so bad. But the Phillies really kill me every year. Really
I
do.
still don't know how Bryce Harper never ended up being a Yankee. Him and Trout. I feel like those two guys had to be Yankees.
No, Trout should have been a Philly.
No,
He should
get
have been a
out of here.
Philly.
He
He
is
should
from
have.
South Jersey, right?
He's a huge Eagles fan.
Oh yeah,
Huge
facts,
Eagles
facts.
fan.
He is an Eagles fan. I'll
Like
give you
he
that one.
should have been and then also we should have got Presley. I wish we got
Oh
that guy
yeah.
Ryan Presley. My buddy just got married to his cousin.
Oh really?
Yeah, and he was trying to convince him to come to Philly. But now I think he just signed with the Cubs. He's one of the best. If we had him as a closer, he's the reason why we lost the World Series. It
Yeah.
was because of him. When he was at Houston.
Hmm. Trust me,
But
I know
yeah.
all about the Astros. You don't want to get me started on the Astros.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I love the Phillies. Love the
And
Phillies.
Bregman just signed with the Red Sox last night. I was hoping maybe he would come over. Let's get over it. Episcopal
Nah,
Academy. Episcopal Academy is where you went to high school. And I was looking at it. You guys have some gems come out of there. Sarah Steele, actress in Gossip Girl. Did you watch Gossip Girl?
no, but my girlfriend does. She
AJ, come
watches
on.
it
You don't
all
have
the
to act
time.
hard. Everybody was watching
I
Gossip.
have not seen Gossip Girl, but
Okay.
I see. Here's what I'll give you. I've seen it on the TV when I live there.
All
I don't
right.
watch it.
The
I'm being
classic
dead
she puts
serious.
it on, but I watch it. I
Dead
got
serious. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Jerome Allen played in the NBA, played
yeah.
basketball for Napoli, assistant coach for Celtics and the Pistons, Brian Daughtry, Lacrosse Hall of Fame, Kyle Eichel, Super Bowl champion. Do you know all these guys?
I know Brian.
Yeah?
I know Jared Allen. You missed two. You
Wayne
missed
Ellington?
three
No,
actually.
I got the two coming up, I think.
Okay, who are the two coming up?
AJ Marcucci and Matt
No.
Freese.
Oh, that's one of them. But the other two, UNC Duke guys.
Yeah, Wayne Ellington?
Yeah. And
And
you
I don't
know
know
the
the
Duke
Duke
guy?
guy. No.
Gerald Henderson.
Okay.
He's an ex Sixer too,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah. But Doc, um, Doherty, his father, Brian's father,
Uh-huh.
coached my dad at EA.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was a basketball coach, and so and he was the basketball coach when Wayne Ellington and Gerald Henderson were there too.
Oh, wow.
So when they were playing in high school, my dad like got me into the locker room with them. Like
That's awesome.
Doc is like my dad's like my Doc loved my dad. Like I don't know why. Honestly don't know why. But loved my dad.
This
And
guy.
so he would always um like have stuff. Like I got signed pamphlets and like newspapers from Henderson and Ellington, and those were like the big stars. And then when they would go and play for UNC Duke, when they would come to and play Villanova,
Uh-huh.
they would get tickets for us, which was unbelievable.
That's
Like
awesome.
so yeah, those two guys are huge. And then obviously Freeze being on NYCFC now, like he's big time now.
Uh-huh. I
Big
got,
time. He's too big time to pick up my calls and texts.
really? Because I actually have a
Too
story
big time.
with Matt Freese,
Too
too.
big time.
I DM'd him. I hadn't had anybody on the podcast, right? So I'm looking for my first guest. And AJ, when I tell you I be putting shots up in DMs, I get left undelivered more in my DMs looking for guests than I do on Tinder nowadays. I promise you. So I DM Matt, and I was like, oh, like 30 minutes, give me 30 minutes, come out and chat. He says, yeah, no worries. So I was like, oh my God, this is my first guest. I'm pumped. I'm doing my research, writing it up. I was like, I don't want to bother him, right? So I was like, I know you got a game Saturday. Let me know when you're free. Doesn't reply. So I DM him. I was like, before you go to Cincy, if you still want to come on, likes the message. So whatever. I was like, what? I don't think he's coming on. So I see him after the MLS Cup final. I went down to Hoboken to watch the game. And
Hmm.
I'm walking down the street, and he just pops. He like turns a corner, and it's him and his girlfriend walking by. I was like, is that Matt Freese? So I dap him up, and I didn't want to he's with his girl, so I just dapped him up. I was like, yo, what's up, Matt? He kept walking. I get on the train. I was like, hey, Matt, don't know if you remember, but if you still want to come on the podcast, just saw you in Hoboken. Leaves me on scene, and I was like, you know what? I don't think he's ever coming on.
Well, I'll let him know. I'll let him know how this went. But nah, he's an unbelievable guy. I love Matt. He's a great person. Me and him from fourth grade. I think he came to EA. It was fourth grade. I think was his first year, and then 12th, fourth to 12th.
Yeah?
And then after, he was a big help when COVID hit. Before the draft, I trained with him,
I saw
Andre
that.
Blake, Bendick,
Hmm.
McCarthy, Kyle Morton, all these Tomas, Cisniego in San Diego. We all trained
Hmm.
in Philly with Coach Phil Whedon. And it was like a huge, I guess you know how the NFL's like coming to the NFL, like your NFL
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. Welcome to
Like
the
that
league.
was before I was even drafted, that was like my MLS moment, like oh shit, like,
I'm here.
sorry, pardon the
No,
language,
you can
but
curse, bro, please.
oh shit, this is how shots are actually hit. Like,
Hmm.
this is how you're supposed to train. It was a big, and that's really what helped me bolster myself my first year
That's awesome.
here.
I feel
Yeah.
like you see that more with goalkeepers more so than like any other position. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like kind of like a goalkeepers union, you could say with like goalkeepers trying to help each other out.
Yeah, I would say so, but I also think it's just because every day you're with half the practice, you're just with the goalies.
Right.
Like, you're not with everyone. Like, so that makes it a huge difference,
Hmm.
is being that type of, like, together and everything happening in one. Like, if you're a dick, or like being annoyed by someone or mean to someone, it's pointless.
Right.
You're not helping yourself or anyone. So, like, I think that's the reason why goalkeeper union is a big thing, and like a word. Like,
Hmm.
I love all the guys here, and even when Ryan was here, like, it was a blast to go to training and go train with them, because you knew what you were gonna get from them. You knew how the day was gonna go. Like, it was a lot of fun.
Right. Shout out Ryan, man. Just announced that well not just, but announced he was gonna retire, but he actually gave me his shirt after one of the games, so like I wear it to every single game. And everybody jokes in the supporter section that it's like part of the brand now. Everybody will see me with like the bright blue in the middle of all the red. They'll be like, "There he is. He's probably vlogging the game right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, Ryan's definitely missed here.
Yeah.
Um, he's definitely missed. We still crack jokes about, like, what he says and does. So he's a big part of this program, and like, he's a big reason we got where we got. And it's unbelievable, his impact on on New York Red Bulls.
No, 100%. I mean, I think he was the longest tenured player ever for the Red Bulls. So
Yeah, I think he
I'm
had
hoping he comes
14,
back in some
15 years.
yeah something like that, something crazy.
Yeah,
And then he spent
yeah.
1 year over there with NYCFC, but we don't talk about
Yeah.
that year. So
I think
let's
it was like 2 or 3 games, or
yeah
maybe, I don't know,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
So let's talk about Connecticut College. How did that opportunity come about? What was that looking for colleges
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like, growing up, I was small. I wasn't like too big. I grew like 5, 6 inches in college, to be honest, my first year. But yeah, I mean, Connecticut College was like, emailed me during the recruit process, and at first I thought it was UConn, because I never heard of Connecticut College, and I was like, oh, UConn, like, I was like, UConn, that's awesome, and then Connecticut College was like, ah, Connecticut College, what are we talking about? But the one thing I will say is that Coach Murphy called my home phone once a week,
Yeah.
and that showed my parents, like, that they really wanted me, and my dad really wanted me to go there. But no, I loved it. I personally loved playing D3, just because he told me I was going to play every game, and I didn't even think about pro back
Mm,
then. I was like, all right, I'll just play every game, play 4 years, have the time of my life, go to college, all this stuff. I really wasn't getting recruited by anyone else that hard. And he convinced me and my parents as well, it being in the NESCAC, which is considered the small Ivies.
right.
And it's the ace, people call it the SEC football, like, of sports.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's the ACC, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's the best sport conference in D3, while also being the best academically, like an Ivy. So I
Right.
was like, that's probably a no-brainer for me. Go get my degree there. And then, yeah, at college was unbelievable experience. I wouldn't have changed that for anything else, honestly. Like, yeah, I could have gone play D1, but I would have sat maybe 1 or 2 years, like, starting off right away, and being like such an impact and a leader for Connecticut College was a huge for my maturity, and also my playing, like, knowing how to play and all this stuff. And also, our goalie coach at Connecticut College was an ex-pro too, so that helped a lot too. And he, by my sophomore year, was telling me, like, you can go pro from here. And I was like, all right, like, fine, I'll believe you, I guess. But yeah, it was, I'll tell kids till the day that I die, if you are an okay athlete and you are debating whether to play D1 or D3, the decision is yours, obviously, but if you want to play and know that you're going to play, like some people say, oh, it's a safe route, like go compete. I'm
Right.
like, no, like for me, I just wanted to play. I didn't like competing. I love competing, like,
Hmm.
but I know from minute one I'm going to play. That's just a huge thing. And you go play and you do well, then you maybe can transfer after or something like that.
100%.
So that was how I felt when I went to Connecticut College.
I feel like it's interesting too because like with like NBA, NFL, all that stuff, you see like the kind of natural progression from college to draft, which is kind of very like American sport specific. You don't see that much in soccer, especially now. Like a lot of people kind of skipping over that. But listen, man, you took that Connecticut College opportunity and you made the best of it. I mean, 25 clean sheets, school record, named NCAA All American First Team. 2017 NESCAC Rookie of the Year, 2018 NESCAC Player of the Year, and the first ever player to be drafted to the MLS from Connecticut College, and at the time, first Division III player drafted in 5 years. Do you look back and be like, I did my thing?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. And honestly, the 25 clean sheets, I've probably about half of them I might have made zero saves. Like seriously. I had a great defense in front of me. And our team we had a horrible field too, which really helped. Like we were kick and run, so and we were just bullied, like just try to body physically impose our will on teams. But no, I mean, yeah, I felt really good after the 3 years I had there. The only thing I didn't do was make a Final Four. That was the one
Right.
thing that I think senior year, if COVID didn't hit, they won it the year after the year we graduated. They won it that next year.
Oh,
That
really?
senior year, that should have been us. Yeah, it should have. The other teams in our league lost a lot of their seniors were their strong players,
Oh, okay.
and we would have been number one probably in the NESCAC and probably number one in the nation at that time. A lot of those teams lost. Amherst, Tufts, they all lost their seniors when we were juniors. So it sucks. That's the one thing that I regret is COVID in the aspect of Connecticut College because I always get bitter. It's bittersweet. Like I love
Right.
seeing all those guys that were younger than me go win a national championship. Like I'm so happy for them, but also I'm like, fuck, that should have
Could have
been
been
us.
us.
Yeah, it should have been us. That's how I feel.
Speaking of could have been us or could have been you, I guess, did you win class of 2021 Connecticut College class president or no?
No, no, no. I did not. I did not.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I get busted a lot for that. I do. It was. Hey, listen. I should have went for Vice because no one went for Vice, so that I was like, yo, I'll switch mine to Vice. But no, I tried. We had an away game at Middlebury
Yeah,
that
I
day
saw
of
the
it.
video pop up on YouTube. I
So
was looking up
yeah.
AJ Marcucci podcast. You know, I want to do a little bit of background research. I saw you did a Finnish podcast. I watched that. That was great. But then I saw that video and I was like, wait, that is AJ?
Yeah, yeah, that was me. I tried. I mean, I forget who won, but it was. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm trying. I would love to have been class president. I
No, right,
try to
100%.
get out there as much as I can, try to do as much, you know. So, yeah, but I did not win. I did not
All right, it's all right. You know, still worked out in the end.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the draft. What is that draft process like? Again, I talked about NFL, MLB. There's kind of like the combine and then the team interviews, but I've never talked to somebody or really learned a lot about the MLS draft. Is there like I don't think there's a combine. Is there? Is there team meetings? What does that
When
hold?
I was there, when I had it, we were the year after COVID. All we did was there was a draft combine. It was in
Okay.
Kansas City. All we did was play games. So I
Got
played
it.
3 games. We had 4 teams, played 3 games. And so we played the games. The only team I talked to really was Red Bulls.
Okay.
And then my agent, Pat McCabe, part of Stellar, CAA.
Hmm.
He played, the reason why I got to the combine was because of him. He played at Trinity, which is also in the NESCAC.
Okay.
So he played hockey and soccer there. And so he was following me through college. Like he knew who I was.
Gotcha.
And he reached out to me and was like, do you want to try to go pro? And I was like, yeah, that I would love to see where my options are. So he got me into the combine, did the combine, met with New York, um, only team I met with. And then on the draft day, you do the first round, they do a video. I don't know if even if they do it anymore, a video. But then the second and third rounds are just, you don't even like get a call or anything. It just is
Really?
like they I mean you get a call after you, but online it's the online thing and it just pops your name up.
Oh, okay.
Like and so I got a call after my name got popped up. And I was like, oh, I already saw I was going to New York, but then I got calls and stuff. And so then yeah, I mean New York was the only team I talked to. Other players talked to many other teams and stuff.
Hmm.
Um I had a chance to go to Nashville, Austin, and I think New York were the three.
Okay.
Maybe LA. No, not LA. I forget. It was 5, 6 years ago, but there were only 3 teams. And luckily New York got me, and so yeah, I've been here for 5 years now. So I'm happy to be near my hometown too.
How was that? Were you nervous going to bed that night? Is my name popping up tomorrow? Is it not? Were you with your family
Uh,
watching the names pop up?
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I actually wasn't watching it with my family. I actually went upstairs. After the first round was concluded, I was like, I'm probably, like, we'll see what happens. I was like, because I expected it to be like the NFL where you got a call. So I was like,
Right.
oh, I'll probably get a call or something. But I had my laptop up. I was playing Xbox while and my buddy Aiden got drafted by Atlanta. He's in Louisville now. He came up first, and I was like, let's go. And then about like 10 picks later was me. And I was like, oh, New York, awesome. Like, that's unbelievable.
Right.
And so I was like, all right, I was like, my parents were more relieved than I was.
Uh huh.
For me, I was like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, I was gonna go possibly work in the front office with the Dodgers was a
Oh,
possibility
nice.
if I didn't play soccer.
Hmm.
So I was like, I have that to fall
You had the
back on.
backup
It
plan.
wasn't like I was stuck with anything, but yeah, it was a cool experience after. Got a ton of texts, ton of like congratulation messages, all this stuff. So it was really good.
People
Really,
they
really
haven't
good.
talked to in years coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, for sure. I guess it's just how it goes, sometimes. But
Ah,
yeah.
I love that. So my next fun question here was going to be, what part of you was hoping that Howie Roseman, GM of the Eagles, was going to be on the other side of that phone?
Well, that wasn't a possibility that went through my head. But no, he's done unbelievable
Yeah,
for
he's
us.
crazy.
I mean,
He's crazy.
uh, he's the best. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, I mean, it was super. It would have been weird for sure. It would have been weird.
Because I was gonna
Maybe
bring
I
up,
would have gone
yeah, I was
Kick
gonna bring
Elliott
up
over the
Brendan
years.
Aubrey, Cowboys kicker.
Yeah.
He went to Notre Dame, was a center back, got drafted by Toronto, and then he started training for the NFL. So let's say that the Eagles are down 2 against the Giants, right? We'll put it there. 30 seconds left. Jake Elliott gets hurt. They call you down from the stands. 25-yard field goal. Are you making that?
25, yes. I think if it was 40 plus, no, because the way you kick a soccer ball is way different than the way you kick a
Right.
football.
Hmm.
Like I've kicked a football before, and like it's a certain technique you have to have. It's way different than a soccer ball.
So that's where you
Way
draw the
different.
line, 40 plus?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe 35,
I
maybe.
think goalies with that boot, I think you could do
Yeah,
it.
but you can't hit it line because it'll get blocked. You have
Oh,
to hit
right.
it.
You got to get it over. Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to
yeah, yeah.
get it up. So it's like, but when you get it up, if you get two under it, it's like it just goes up. Or
Yeah,
if you get
hadn't thought
like,
about that. The line. You're right. You're right.
yeah. So, yeah, if it was a soccer ball, I could like hit like a 60-yarder, honestly.
Uh-huh.
But a football, no chance. No chance.
So let's
Close.
talk.
It would be a 50-50, I would say.
So let's talk the transition to the Red Bulls, right? So you get drafted. Are you then what? A couple weeks later, you're moving out here?
Yeah, I was 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. Less than that, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved. It was a quick turnaround, but like it was close. So I got to drive all my stuff, and my
Right.
parents could drive stuff up with me too. So it was close. It wasn't like I was going to LA or something
Hmm.
where it was West Coast. So it was easy, real easy.
So you get out here. What is that transition like? Because obviously, from that class, you're the only player who's still with the Red Bulls that got drafted in your class. When you get here, do you have like a shock? Is it similar to what you were doing at Connecticut? Kind of talk to me about that.
No, I would say it wasn't a shock because of as before I said, all those guys, the goalies that came together, like
Mm,
to train during COVID. That was the shock for me. Like I was like, oh, am I good enough for this? And then as like time went on, like, and then once I got there, it was like, no, I don't think it was. I felt really comfortable and really confident. I also did really well in the combine, so like, I, there was nothing really that shocked me,
right.
to be
Did you have any
honest.
players that helped you out more so than others?
Yeah, Tom Barlow, Sean
Nice.
Nealis, those two guys helped me out a lot. I was hanging out with them, also being American guys who got drafted,
Right.
and they lived in team housing too, just like me. So, yeah, those were really the two guys that stood out that helped me. Um, but like I've always been friends with Eddie, J Mai, and
Mm.
Cam are like my three guys, and now Peter. Now that Peter's back from Duke,
Yeah.
2 3 years ago, but yeah, those were the Sean and Tom are probably my first two like guys that helped me out a lot.
Mhm. So then 2021, 2022, Red Bulls 2 is still in the USL, right? So you end
Hmm.
up playing 33 matches there. And then 2023, you start, or not you, but the team starts playing in MLS Next Pro. Kind of, for somebody who doesn't really pay attention to either league that much, kind of talk to me about the difference between that USL and the Next Pro. Do you see a difference in the leagues, and what is that difference?
Yeah, there's a for me there's a big difference. There's uh, grown men in USL
Right?
and kids who are trying to make it on the first team for MLS.
Hmm.
That's the two differences in the leagues. Not saying that the kids trying to make it into MLS are any worse, technically, all this stuff, but
Right.
like for the guys in the USL, they're pros. They're fighting for jobs. They're doing all this stuff. Like when we went to go play MLS Next Pro teams, sometimes the team was made up of all kids under 18,
Hmm.
like that, and maybe a couple guys that are like 23. Like when you go to USL, we were the youngest by far. Um, we had maybe our average age might have been 20, might have been. And so we're doing that playing against other teams' average ages of like 25, 26, like a 6 year gap. I know it's not that much, but it's
No,
a,
especially
it's a,
physically.
it's physically is a huge everything, like, like strength, speed, all of it is just above and beyond better in USL than it is in MLS Next Pro. But the kids in MLS Next Pro, you can see they have something.
Hmm.
Like they are guys that are going to be MLS players in the future.
Right.
And they're just grooming them. Like it's like a grooming league.
Right, 100%.
compared to teams who are actually fighting for first place.
Hmm.
Like I think more along the lines of the MLS Next Pro is like you're just trying to get kids games, where USL you're trying to fight for first, second, third, wherever you're trying to end up.
No, that makes sense. Did you find yourself kind of being sort of a leader to some of those younger guys in the MLS Next Pro? I mean, we got Tanner now coming up. We had Julian Hall there at the time. Did you find yourself in kind of a little bit of a leadership to some of the younger guys?
Yeah, I tried to be. I wasn't really with Tanner. I was a little bit with Jules, but like a lot of them was last year, and I wasn't there too much last year with them.
Right.
Um, but like some of the other guys that are off to college, like Joey Zielinski,
Hmm.
Matty Acosta, Sam Williams now in Chicago, like a lot of these guys I was trying to help out. But I mean, the team is made up of guys that come and go. It sucks, but that's just the
Right.
truth of the matter. Like it's a lot of the guys are don't stay for too long, so it's hard to create a great
Bond.
connection with them, you know?
So looking at that 2023 season, you probably had your best year. Yeah, I mean, started 20 matches, 6 shutouts, tied for second best, finalist for MLS Next Pro. You were on the bench with the first team for League's Cup. At times, even I'm pretty sure you were on the bench one day, and then the next day you went and started for that Red Bull 2. What is that kind of mentality when you're going up and down, in and out of both squads? Because I find guys even like Wiki doing that still. Coming playing with the first team and then going down to the second team. And what is that kind of like?
Um, I don't know. For me, I think it's different for a goalie as a field player.
True.
Like I'm not playing in the game, so like in the first team game, so I'm not like overly, my mind is on this game, like
Right.
if I'm ready to go in, if Carlos went down or if Ryan went down, like I'm ready to go in. Like
Hmm.
that's not an issue at all. But when guys like Wiki or I don't even know, like Jules, they go play
Yep.
15 minutes in the first team game and then they have to play a full game the next day. That's way different than what I do. For mine, I mean, it's just playing games and
Right.
for me, I'm happy I'm playing games. That's
Hmm.
really like I don't care where it was. Um, it's just playing games is important to me. It's
100%.
important for everybody.
No, you're right. You're right. So coming off of that great year in 23, then you had this past season where I believe you started the first game for the second team against
Hmm.
Columbus. You get a clean sheet, but then you were kind of you didn't play again for that second team. You were kind of on the bench for a couple of games, and you would have like a month where you're not even in the lineup and you're not playing with MLS two. Talk to me about mentally where you were at last year at the beginning of that season, because I can imagine it being so tough, like not even being there for a month and you're back on the bench, and then you're not on a lineup for a month. Kind of talk to me about what was that like for you mentally.
Yeah, for me it was one, I was coming off an injury, my hamstring, which
Hmm.
I hurt in Columbus the previous year,
Right.
for MLS Next Pro. So I'm coming off that. Yeah, and then played the Columbus game, and for me, my head just was calm. I mean, there's really not much you can say. I wanted to just keep playing, but I didn't want to play anymore MLS Next Pro. That for me, like I thought at my level, I think I've played enough second team games where like I'm ready to take action and go play first team
Right.
games. And so that's where my mind was at, was like I would love to help out second team as much as I can, but for me, I was like this league. I would rather be trying to play first team. So, and
100%.
they also told me they wanted to give Aiden and Allen, and I don't know if Toby's played, but the young kids the games. They wanted to see them. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'll take a back seat. That's perfectly fine by me. And I'll just train and do all that. But for me, that's the reason why I made the move to Finland, was because I was like, I want to go play somewhere. I don't want to just sit as a third, not even traveling, not doing all this. So luckily, we found a club
Right.
halfway through the year, and it was probably one of the best things that could have happened in the year for me. Sorry, my phone is just keeps going down on
No,
this
you're
thing
fine. You're fine.
slowly.
It looks great. I'm just.
But yeah, so then I went to Ganisten, and it was the perfect opportunity. I'm blessed that New York was able to get a loan deal done with them. And I played at Ganisten, which was the best thing for my career to date right now was
Right.
that.
100%. So that comes about, and you find out that you're going to Finland. You get on a plane. What is that like? Because I feel like those moments right there, where it's like you're leaving and you're leaving the U.S., you're going out there on your own. What was that emotionally like for you?
Yeah, for me, I mean, it wasn't like emotionally, I was ready to go play games. So
Hmm.
that like it was hard to think of anything else other than that. Like my girlfriend was even like, I don't know how you did it. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna play games. Like my first game, I landed, had training the next day, game the following. So like
Really?
it wasn't like I had time to even like think. I had a game in 2 day, like a day after I landed. So yeah, I mean, for me, the big thing was Yuri. He was the ex-Red Bull goalie coach,
Right.
and so he found these teams that in Finland that wanted a goalie, and so he was unbelievable in the process of helping it out. And so he was like, "You're gonna play here. This team is they're on the bottom of the table, but like they have good parts. They have good like people in Finland don't know how they sign these people."
Hmm.
And I was like, "All right, like I'll go and give it a shot." And for me, the transition was pretty easy. Like, um, it was honestly we were playing games every week. Um, and so I really didn't have time to like really sit down and be like, oh my God, I'm in another country. What the heck's going on? Like, um, and after the first game was a blessing in the aspect of like we tied 2-2, but I did well, so
Right.
it kind of gave the team confidence to trust me, and then the rest was history over there.
I mean, you went over there. You were a starter right away. Hadn't been on the field for 4 months. You get out there, tie. You end up, I believe, yeah, 5 wins and 2 draws in those last 7 games. So you really played a key part in keeping them up in that first division. And then the relegation group, I didn't have time to really look into that. What is that? Is that like
Yeah, so Yeah, so first off, there were 7 games left in the regular season. We added the new a new striker too during the exact same time. So me and him were very key components into their system. And so it was a great time for us. We were in
mhm.
11th, and we went 5-0-2, and we bumped up to 8th.
Wow.
And then the relegation group goes, so you play the top six play against each other and the bottom six play against each other. So
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, no, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 play each other. One
Hmm.
one game each. The 7, 8, and 9 all get 3 home games, 2 away games. Out of the 5 games you play. So we finished in 8th place, I believe. So we stayed where we were at. 7th place was Turku. And then since who won it? I think it was SJK. SJK won like the FA Cup of
Okay.
Finland.
Hmm.
So they got a spot automatically.
Okay.
So usually what happens is only one of the relegation group, number 7, will play against 4
Hmm.
after the 5 games and the 5 games top and
Right.
bottom. 7, if you finish 7th, you play against 4, and 5 plays against 6 in a 1 game match.
Okay.
And then the winner of that, say 4 and 5 win. Then 4 and 5 play each other in a 1 game match.
Okay.
So whoever wins that plays a 2 game match against the 3 to
Okay.
see who makes UEFA Europa UEFA Conference League qualification,
Uh-huh.
because the first place team makes Champions League qualification
Qualification. Yep.
automatically. Second place makes Europa
Europa.
League.
Okay.
And then the winner of that, third place, whatever it is, makes UEFA
Conference.
Conference League
Yep.
qualification. It's only qualification. It's
Right, right,
not
right.
right away. But since SJK won, I think it was SJK won or Turku won.
Thing.
Oh,
Equivalent.
no, it was whatever. The first place team won, so they opened up a spot. So now
Ah,
you
okay, okay.
drop everything drops one. So
Uh-huh.
one makes Champions League qualification, two makes Europa League qualification, three now automatically makes UEFA Conference League
Mm-hmm.
qualification, and now four is that bye round. So then five plays eight, six plays seven.
Gotcha.
So you
Okay.
drop it one down. It was confusing to me as well, and it's hard to
No,
explain.
it
But
makes
so
sense though.
then
It makes sense.
so then we were eight. We beat the five one
Mm-hmm.
nothing, and then we 3-3. We
Yeah.
lost in penalty kicks against Haka, who was the sixth
Mm-hmm.
place team, and we should have beat them. We should have beat them, and then we would have had a two-leg game against SJK
Okay.
for it all.
You made a
Um,
save in the pens though, so
yeah,
you
yeah,
you tried
but
your best to help out, man.
yeah, I mean it was a dogfight, and it was also it's so cold. Like
Oh, I can
Finland gets
imagine.
so cold at that time. But yeah, it was a very cool experience. Very
Talk to me
cool.
about the fans a little bit. Do you get a lot of love from the fans out there?
Yeah, I will say it's also nice when we're winning.
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably a big help. But yeah, I mean it's less fans than the Red Bulls, but
Hmm.
they do travel well. I will
Yeah.
say we had fans everywhere we were going, like a decent amount. But yeah, I mean the fans. Like when you win, they're happy. When you
Right.
lose, they're they're not so
100%.
happy. So that's how it went.
What was like some of like the biggest differences that you like something that they were doing over there in training that we don't do over here or something that we do over here that you wish they also did over there? Kind of talk to me about just a little bit of the difference now having played in two leagues.
I would say, well, one, they train on turf. Like turf is
Okay.
I think I didn't play a single game on grass. Every game was on turf.
Because of like the cold and stuff.
Um,
Makes sense.
yeah, the weather.
Hmm.
It's hard because the goalie philosophy is the same philosophy. The goalie coach, um, Marco, was the exact same as Yuri and Jeremy are here. So it's
Right.
like there's really not a huge difference.
Hmm.
Um, but playing wise, I mean, I think it's a little worse level. Maybe a little bit more worse level, but the top team like Hoiko is very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. So it's like one or two teams could really um compete in the MLS, and then like the other teams would probably get beat pretty good. But I
Right.
mean, at the end of the day, it's just different. It's hard to describe the differences, but it's just different.
Hmm.
They're both like I haven't played a single minute in the MLS. I've only done preseason, so it's hard to feel the atmosphere and stuff. But the atmosphere in Finland was unbelievable.
Right.
When we would go away and when we'd be home, they'd be like screaming all the time, all the time.
I get that. Um, how do you think that you grew professionally going out there? Like you as a player, how do you think that you grew the most professionally?
I think I became more confident in myself, in my abilities. I think that was a huge stride for me. Also, being a leader,
Hmm.
being one of the main guys for the team helped boost confidence, but also like my playing style. Um, yeah, that was the biggest thing for me was confidence and just knowing that I can start in the MLS
Right.
because of this, how well I did over there. and how well I do over here as well when I'm playing. So the
Mhm.
confidence for me, just seeing it and like feeling it, were the biggest things for me.
Right. Because I mentioned earlier, being obviously we're going through that injury, like you said, but I'm sure at some point a little bit of doubt does start naturally creeping in. Like, am I good enough? Can I do it? But I think it's super important that you did go out there and get that confidence from a professional standpoint. What about from a personal standpoint? Being out there, did you learn anything about yourself personally that being away or kind of being in a different country taught you?
Yeah, I think I learned that I'm more of, I mean, it might have been my living situation, but I'm more of like a homebody in the
Hmm.
aspect of more than I thought. Like I'm a very independent person. Like I'm only child, like grew up like doing a lot of stuff on my own. And so that's how I used to be. But now like going over there, my parents and my girlfriend came for like 4 days, and when they were leaving, like I just like I want to go home. Like I when you
Right.
taste a little bit of like your family there and
Uh
how it
huh.
is, and like I was having a ton of fun the first 2 months, and then they came and I was having so much fun when they're there, and then they leave and I'm like, now I'm missing a little
Right.
something.
Hmm.
So that's probably what I learned, is that I am a homebody, in the aspect of a different country.
Right.
I think like flying cross country to like California, or flying to like Arizona, or like if I live there or something, I think it's different than
Hmm.
being
No, 100%.
a huge time zone difference and a huge flight away,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like the time zone makes it even harder because like even like family that
Yeah.
I have back in Portugal, having that 5 hour difference makes it so hard to
Yep.
communicate back and forth.
Exactly.
Did you pick up anything out there in Finland about the country that you like though? Pick up any Finnish, any food that you found out?
No, I do love Finnish chocolate. I will
Yeah.
say it is, sorry Hershey's, but it's way better than Hershey's. Way like Fazer chocolate. Like me and Emil and Noah, all the Scandinavians, like they uh they have that chocolate and everything, and it's like I'm like, yeah, this chocolate is way better than a Hershey's chocolate bar.
You're a
Um
Pennsylvania guy, bro. You can't be saying that, man.
I know, but I'm not
No, I'm
West
just
Philly.
joking.
I'm not. So I'm at West PA.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I also they were saying about like how Finnish people are like very like reserved, like their own. They really don't talk, and I didn't know what they meant by that. But when you're there, it's like they like being their own people. Let's just
Uh-huh.
say like they won't go out of their way to like talk in a conversation. Like they'll only answer what you say
Right.
and not like keep going. So
Uh-huh.
that's something I learned from them. And yeah, I mean, I loved their food. I had reindeer for the first time over there.
Reindeer?
Yeah, some reindeer.
Okay.
It was pretty good actually. It just tasted like not like pulled pork, but like like hamburger, like
Okay.
cut up meat. Um,
Interesting.
like hamburger helper, but like a better hamburger helper.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say
It's
that.
kind of like Joe
Um,
Rogan. He talks about eating elk, so I'm
yeah,
sure.
it's. I had elk too, elk
Yeah.
and reindeer. I had
Elk
both.
I
Yeah,
haven't tried. Was it good?
elk's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
elk's good. I mean, it's just like it's a little like it matters how you cook it, you know.
Right.
Like it's a little raw, and a little less tasty, I guess, than reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was good.
Do you cook a lot or no? You cooking for
Yeah,
yourself?
I do cook. I do cook. I haven't cooked as much lately, but yeah, I like cooking. I mean, for me, I make simple meals. I don't make something extravagant where I need like prep work and
Right, right, right,
all
right.
that. Like I
Slow
just,
rice, chicken, and beans.
yeah, stuff
That's
like that,
my
and then also hamburgers and steaks and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's just simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So so you mentioned homebody. What do you like to do when you're home, or like when you have time off? Are you hopping on
Well,
PlayStation? Are you?
I actually got rid of my Xbox. We when I go home, it's in the winter, so a lot of times, and I just like hanging out with my parents. Like it's not too much
Mhm.
going on, but Like I'll go and visit friends,
Nice.
see people I haven't seen in the whole year, basically. Um, yeah, wintertime it's hard, like, 'cause it's the holidays. So a
Right.
lot of it I'm just home,
But even
and then
like
like
after
maybe
training, even like after training when you
oh
go
after
home,
training,
you watching
what do
Netflix.
I
What are we doing?
do? Yeah, I'll watch TV shows.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll sleep like after training, and then I'll try to go to the gym and just do a little more stuff than what I did. Uh, what else? Me and my girlfriend go to dinner a lot, go out to eat. So it's time just like for me, days just go.
Yeah.
Like
No, I get that.
it's like they just, especially now, like when I'm just training and training, sleep or
Hmm.
not sleep, and then now I also have I just got a dog, so
I
that
saw that. I saw
adds
that on your
a
Instagram.
yeah. Go follow Mac the Dachshund. Mac the
Mac the
Dachshund.
Dachshund. Everybody go drop him a
Go
follow on
follow him. Go
IG.
follow him. That's the
Shout out
best dog
Mac.
ever. Little wiener dog, so that makes it 10 times better.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, playing with him is now
You're a
priority number
father now,
one,
bro.
just to
You're a
get him
father.
energy. Yeah, that's how it feels. But I'm not a father. I've heard some stories with some of the guys on the team with kids. I'm like,
Oh
no,
yeah.
I don't have it as bad as you have it. Like waking up at like 4
Yeah, I can't
a.m.,
even
don't go to
imagine that.
sleep, all that.
We got time, bro. We're
Yeah,
both 25. We'll put that one off a little bit,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Imagine I'm trying to podcast and there's a kid crying right there. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not
Exactly.
doing that. So let's talk about this upcoming season. Kind of your goals, expectations. Has the club kind of communicated that you are that number two now? Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Now that Ryan's gone, yeah, I'm definitely the number two. I'm excited. Carlos is gonna go away for international duties and stuff,
Right.
so I think there's a couple, two, three games in the MLS that I'm gonna get.
Yep.
And then also we'll see how Open Cup and Leagues
Right.
Cup come around, being in those competitions. We'll see what happens. I'm really excited to get the chance to play. 5 years not playing a minute really does suck. But no, I'm excited. Hopefully I take what the steps I need, and I believe I will
Right.
to be that next guy for this team, that'll have tenure, and hopefully I'll be your guy down the line.
Hmm. No,
That's
100%.
my goal.
I think you deserve it, bro. Especially you talking about like 5 years, head down. You've had that mentality with RB2 when they said that they wanted Aiden to play. You've always been like a team's guy. You know what I'm saying? Always been that teammate. So I think you deserve it. And I'm excited for that opportunity. I think I've seen you a couple times also at RBA at some of the games. I think one time
Yeah, probably.
I saw you and I was like, I know him, but I don't. So I was like,
That's what a lot of people say.
I
That's what
was
a lot of
gonna
people
go
say.
up, and I
So
was like, I don't want to be
don't.
an asshole and be like, I know you, but who are you? So I'm excited, man. Honestly, to see you there
Yeah.
every day, and hopefully for you to get that chance, knowing that you're gonna get that chance. I'll ask you some fun questions now. Okay,
Okay.
let's ask some fun questions here. What is something about being a goalkeeper that most people don't understand or wouldn't know?
Oh, don't understand or wouldn't know. Is that it's tiring. I would love to see people are like, oh, you don't do running, all this stuff. I would love to see you dive or
Right.
someone dive 20 times in a row and move across the goal and have to use all their strength to push
Uh huh.
use their legs and go dive, and then let me know if it's tiring or not, if the
Especially
job is
especially
tiring.
mentally, I think too. Like you guys are like basically the quarterback back there. You're like organizing, telling guys where to go. Ball's down there for 5 minutes. You got to stay locked in.
Oh, for sure in that aspect, but I'm just talking about training.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about go
Physically.
do a go do a goalie training and let me know if you're tired after or not.
Hey, invite me
For
out, bro.
sure.
We'll make it a video. I tried goalie training with AJ Marcucci for the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, if you weren't playing soccer, what would you be doing? You talked
Well,
about front
as
office.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I would want to do. right now I'm at the point like I would love to be a scout, GM, esque type of person.
Uh
I
huh.
think I do have a good eye for talent. I think I'm very good at that, at knowing what systems need, teams need, what like it's really, I don't know how to describe it, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, and my dad even says it, like, that's what you should do after you're done. And I'm
Okay.
like, yeah, I feel like that's a good thing
I
for
love
me.
that. I love that. I found it interesting. Also, like kind of working in that area. So let's do a little fun thing here, okay?
Okay.
So you're making a new team and you're the GM, okay? Let's fill out some
Okay.
positions with some of your teammates. You want
Okay.
to do that? Who would be the assistant
Sure.
GM?
Assistant GM. Ooh, let me think. I would have Edelman be my
Okay.
assistant GM.
All right. I like that. Who would be the coach of your team?
Coach. I would probably have Lewis Morgan be my coach.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Assistant coach?
Emil.
Nice. Okay. Director of player personnel?
Tim Parker.
Let's talk about that actually real quick. How sick is it having Tim back?
It's awesome. He's an unbelievable guy. So
Dude.
funny. He reminds me of, it's hard. Like, I hope my buddy Q sees this
Uh-huh.
because he reminds me exactly of my buddy Q.
Shout out
Um,
Q, bro.
yeah. But yeah, he's a great guy. He's going to be a great locker room addition.
Hmm.
For us. Losing Ryan was a huge locker room, and I think adding Tim is basically canceling it out. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
especially that he's been in New York before, and
Won the supporter shield with
honestly
us.
the only person he had was Sean here
Oh
and
yeah?
Kyle Duncan were the
Uh-huh.
two guys, the only guys that were here because Jama's not here anymore.
Right.
But those were the guys he was with.
Yeah, I saw that he came back and I was hyped, but yesterday when I was looking at the lineups for a second, I was like, wait, who's Parker? And I was like, oh my god, Tim Parker's back. Like, it completely.
Yeah.
Because usually you'll have, like, rumors and saga, and it'll be, like, a whole thing. He kind of just popped up, popped back.
Hmm.
Who you putting in the scouting department? I know you mentioned that's probably where you would
Cam
best.
Harper.
Cam Harper?
I put Cam Harper.
He was my first ever
Definitely.
guest.
Yeah.
Where would you put me now? If you're the GM, where are you throwing me at?
Kit man.
Kid now, come on, bro. Really, dude? All right, you know what? I'll take it. I'll be your kid
Hey, at
man.
least you're there. You're there.
Yeah,
You
right.
know.
I get free
You know.
tickets to the game. I'm there.
I could have said media or something. Like,
I'll take
you're
it.
not
Man.
even with the boys. You know?
I'll be in the locker room. I'll definitely get the boys
Yeah.
going before the game.
There you go.
If you were back at Connecticut College and you were a teacher, what would be the name of your course and what would you be teaching?
Discrete math. 100%. That was
Discrete
my
math?
favorite class. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, but
Discrete mathematics.
like hidden mathematics? Isn't that what discrete means?
No.
What is that?
Yo, I'm still on the call, big fella.
Who is that?
It's Emil.
Emil, my guy. How are you, bro? You having an espresso?
Up, guys?
What's
Yeah, he's
up,
got an
Emil?
espresso. How much? I think I got like 2 minutes. You
Yeah,
sure?
well, I'll get you out of here. What is something that nobody is better than you on? The team?
Oh my goodness. Cornhole.
Cornhole, like that.
Yeah.
If you could have three people dead or alive for a dinner, who are you inviting to the table?
Ooh, I just asked Emil this on Marcucci's corner.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would have. It would be, and you're gonna hate these answers.
That's fine. It's fine. Just bring it.
I think it's gonna be all Philly legends.
Okay.
I think I would have Jimmy Rollins.
Okay.
Would be my number one. I loved him growing up. I would have Danny Briere, and I would probably have now Saquon. Those would be my three.
don't hate it.
I don't even think I would touch. I might touch actors and like Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn.
No
be a
Chase Utley
substitute.
though is kind of crazy, bro. You gotta
Why?
invite. You don't like Chase
Why?
Utley?
How is that crazy? I got J-Roll in that team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. All right, man. Listen, I'll leave you with the last question. It's the last question I ask everybody. You've been awesome, so I'm gonna let you go. We've been on for like an hour 15. I can't wait for this season for you to get that opportunity. And the last question I ask everybody is one of my favorite quotes is people won't remember what you told them, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So when it's all said and done, when you leave the Red Bulls or when you're done playing, when people hear the name AJ Marcucci, what do you want them to think?
Um, Heart. He gave his all.
I love that.
He had heart.
I love that. AJ, thank you so much for coming on, man. You're the man, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course.